How do you coach people to engage in that when I may be willing to come with heart and the other party may not? How do I create a safe space to have the conversation? Isn't that one of the principles, is that create safety so that the conversation can occur?
Yeah, I don't think there's any one way to do that. I think if it's bitter, if they have a long history, if they have lots of evidence that you did this, then they almost have to start fresh. And again, it's certainly easier to coach when people have a common vocabulary, a common skill set. And that's why a lot of, not just the people at Vital Smarts, now called Crucial Learning, by the way, but, a lot of coaches, therapists, etc., why they have to create a common experience and a common vocabulary. It gives people the mutual skills, the mutual purpose to engage together. If only one person wants to engage, it's very hard. And that's where I think you just start doing acts of service, acts of love, acts of kindness, kind words, trying to create some space where you can say, at this moment, are we safe enough that we can deal with some of these issues? It's not easy unless you're both willing to engage.
Yeah, that's interesting that if one is willing, it seems you're describing, be patient, to create, to act in a way to earn some of that trust from the other party so that you can create a playing field.
Yeah, have safety to engage in the things that matter most.
And I love how you talk about common vocabulary. There's been so many times that with, partners at work, or most often with my wife, of course, but or with friends, where we'll give each other books to read. And in large part, I've given my wife a book to read, and I've asked for that specific purpose. Will you please read this book? Sometimes for nothing else and when I use these words, we'll understand each other.
Yeah, and I think that's good advice for everybody. I mean, what part of mutual don't some people understand? There's lots of ways that we can do mutual. It's really interesting that couples, after they've separated and decide to get back, right? They go get some positive experiences. Do they create a date night? Do they celebrate important events? Do they close each night with kind words? I mean, they have to create more mutual to make that connection that you think is important, I think is important. So, it's really interesting. As you were saying, that connection is so important. There are a number of people right now that think loneliness is the biggest epidemic in the world. And where you have community, whether it's a congregation or a neighborhood, I've seen a lot of people now, and bless their hearts, and I'm grateful for them, who are reaching out and trying to make more and more connections, particularly that's at risk of loneliness.
It is. We're the most connected we've ever been and the least connected we've ever been.